The masterclass in building suspense.
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I am about to get into episode 2 of the first season of HBO's The Last of Us. First episode blew me away. I really enjoyed it. I was a little surprised. I bet a lot of you guys probably were too, especially if you're frequent visitors to my channel, that I did not cry during the death of Sarah. I think the only reason I didn't, because I was really surprised by that myself, is that I was kind of taken out of the scene a little bit by a sudden recollection of the events. Like I suddenly had like a weird memory of maybe playing through a demo level or something in which that occurred. So I think it just basically kept me from really feeling the emotion that I probably normally would have felt. It was a very sad scene, and it was funny when I was editing it and watching other reactors reacting to it and everything, I found myself tearing up then, even though I didn't tear up when I was actually watching it myself, which I just thought was kind of interesting. But I don't know. Maybe I was just having one of those incredibly stoic days, which is unusual for me. I usually feel my feels pretty openly. But this second episode is called Infected. I assume that's basically just going to be us getting a backstory on how exactly Ellie got infected and discovered that she was not going to turn like everyone else. That's pretty much all I can think of for that.
Yeah.
A lot of great character work, though, in that last episode. Got to get a lot of very good scenes explaining to us without really expositing what kind of person Joel is, what kind of person he was before everything fell, what kind of person he's become. A little bit about who this Tess is. That was another big shock. I can't believe I didn't recognize Anna Torv there. It's funny because I actually went and looked at some pictures and everything of her in Fringe, and she really doesn't look that different. I don't know why I thought she looked very different. I wonder if it's just because of the hair, because in Fringe her hair was very, very blonde. And obviously, yeah, she's aged a bit, but she looks basically the same in the face and everything. I should have recognized her. I think it was really just the hair, the clothing changes. It's amazing how much simple things like that can affect your ability to recognize somebody. But really loved her in Fringe. Great to see her in this. I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings to the role beyond what she already has. I already can tell, a lot from the character just from her acting. You know what I mean? And it's interesting that she appears to be the person who controls Joel, even though I'm expecting Joel to be maybe physically more capable than her and everything. So it really tells us a lot about her personality, her I guess sort of force of will, that she, I guess, sort of like is the one who keeps him under control. It takes a lot to do that with someone who's physically stronger and everything than you are. And I'm looking forward to learning a lot more about their dynamic and learning more about Ellie. All I can really tell about her right now, she appears to be very smart. She thinks tactically. She's got sort of a devious bent to her. And she is I don't know, like a bit of a smart ass, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that might be defensive, you know what I mean? Sort of like a way of kind of presenting herself as tough so that people won't bother her. Which isn't to say that she doesn't have any toughness, but like I do think that a large part of her, abrasiveness and like, over the top bit of personality sometimes is really her trying to create like a sort of a don't fuck with me kind of attitude so that people won't fuck with her. But yeah, so anyway, rambled enough. I'm really looking forward to where this series is going. And let's just go ahead and get right into it.
I'm sorry.
That's another thing that was very interesting, seeing the difference in the reaction between Sarah and Ellie when watching Joel, like, kill someone. Like how Sarah was really shocked and taken aback, and Ellie seemed excited. We're going to do a lot of bouncing back and forth between the before time and the now time, I see. So are we going to follow some people from, like, Indonesia? Is the show going to have multiple settings in the after time, too, or just in the before time? Is it going to come down to somebody cutting corners? Is that ultimately what caused this? So I wouldn't be surprised, man. A lot of times when really bad stuff happens in the food chain, especially, it's because of some asshole who decided that it would be cheaper and thus more profitable for them to just go ahead and say, we don't need to care about that particular safety regulation. We can pay off some inspectors. We don't have to clean our equipment.
Maaf, Pak. Apakah saya ada berbuat suatu kesalahan?
Tidak. Tentu saja tidak.
So
Apa
then,
Bapak tidak salah orang?
what's going
Kami
on?
Bu Ratna, Profesor Mikologi
Okay.
Universitas Indonesia. Kita memiliki orang yang tepat.
So they had a pretty good idea of what they were dealing with really quickly then. Anytime they went straight to a mycology expert. I think with that sort of stuff, the only thing we know of that really affects it is like really high doses of certain fungicides, which would kill the host anyway, and UV radiation, I think. Pretty sure even bleach isn't considered particularly effective. Like, it'll kill stuff on the surface, but like
Kami butuh bantuan Bu Ratna untuk meneliti
fungus
spesimen yang
will
telah kami
dig
persiapkan.
deep. That sends tendrils under the surface, and it won't get rid of that. So that's why it keeps coming back. Is it Indonesia that just outlawed premarital sex? I know it's a weird non sequitur, but it just occurred to me. Or was that Singapore?
Iya. Ini opiocordyceps. Tapi kenapa menggunakan klorazol untuk mempersiapkan slide?
Kami gunakan sebagai persiapan pengambilan sampel dari tubuh manusia, Bu Ratna.
Cordyceps tidak bisa bertahan pada manusia.
That was then. This is now. So this would be before they knew that it could reanimate people, I'm assuming. Or maybe they did know already. Oh, okay, so this one was reanimated. What do you guys have for sterilization protocols for this place? Because this doesn't look like some place where you could really fully sanitize everything if you need to. So I would think you would need to use fire. Oh, she's gonna get squirted, isn't she?
Apa ini gigitan manusia?
I don't know why, but in these types of movies and shows, I always am fascinated by seeing how things happen, like exactly how it all fell apart. Oh, honey, watch your fingers. What if she bites? Like, what if she's still functional in some level and she bites you? It was an appropriate reaction, I think.
Jadi kapan ini terjadinya, Pak?
Kurang lebih 30 jam yang lalu, Bu.
Di mana?
Di pabrik tepung dan gabah di barat kota.
Lahan yang sempurna untuk itu.
So it definitely was the flower then.
Siapa yang menggigit perempuan itu, Pak?
Kami tidak tahu, Ibu.
Jadi artinya mereka masih berkeliaran di luar sana. Lalu pekerja yang lain bagaimana?
14 orang hilang.
Shit. Lost control right from the get-go.
Ibu Ratna, kami membawa Ibu Ratna.
See, I was
kemari
guessing
untuk
that
membantu kami untuk
because of the
mencegah
location of
penyebaran.
the bite, she was taking some food home with her from
Kami
work,
butuh vaksin,
and it was one of her kids
butuh obat.
got infected and bit her. But nah, you guys are screwed.
Bapak, Saya telah menghabiskan waktu hidup saya untuk mempelajari hal ini. Jadi tolong dengarkan saya baik-baik. Tidak ada obat. Dan tidak ada vaksin.
Jadi apa yang harus kami lakukan?
Bom. Mulailah pengoboman.
You have to use a nuke, though, to really be sure. And we're not sure who you would get to sanction it.
Maaf, Pak.
Because for one thing, Indonesia doesn't have nukes.
Apa ada yang bisa antar saya pulang? Saya hanya ingin bersama dengan keluarga, dengan suami dan anak-anak saya.
Yeah, that's some good acting. Some damn good acting. I tell you, this show is killing its cold opens. Yeah, it's really easy to not really sort of properly appreciate just how tenuous our position is in the universe, you know? We're so powerful on this world. We're, you know, at the top of the food chain, as everyone likes to say. But we are something that, as many things, if not more, prey on us as we prey on things, you know? And the balance we maintain, where we manage to stay sort of on top of everything, can be tipped by the slightest change in the ecosystem. We have to stay on top of this shit. Yeah, she's gonna have to go through the whole people waiting to see if she turns thing all over again.
What was Marlene doing with an infected kid?
I'm not infected.
You are infected. You just it's not taking over.
Broken.
Maybe a hairline. It'll heal fast.
Nice. A show acknowledging the fact that if you hit someone full force with your fist, you're probably going to break your knuckles.
If we take her back to the QZ, someone's gonna notice her arm. They're gonna scan her. Then they'll kill her.
Well, better them than us. You need to stop talking about this kid like she's got some kind of life in front of her.
You killed someone yesterday because you wanted to protect the life that she might have in front of her.
Is that chicken?
Yep. Arlene said they get it from smugglers. Guess not you guys.
Oh, man. She's a little asshole, isn't she?
Joel and I aren't good people. We're doing this for us. Because apparently you're worth something. But we don't know what you're worth if we don't know what we have.
There's a Firefly base camp somewhere out west. With doctors. They're working on a cure.
I've heard this before.
And whatever happened to me is
It's the key to finding the vaccine. That's what this is. We've heard this a million times. Vaccines, miracle cures. None of it works, ever.
Fuck you, man. I didn't ask for this.
You and me both.
None of it works until it does.
We need to go back.
I just noticed there's a lady in that big thing in the background. I thought it was like just like a black window or something. There's a face of that. What was this? An art gallery? It's all art.
If she so much as twitches.
Don't.
Very stupid to do that with somebody who literally has said how he thinks he should shoot you, and you know that they're not good people. You know. Yeah, I was right. She's definitely the one in charge.
Can I have a gun?
Absolutely not.
Okay, Jesus, fine. I'll just throw a fucking sandwich at them.
Nice.
It's clear.
Good sound design. They just made the door sound like the clicky sound that the zombie things make.
Whoa.
Yeah, looks different in the daylight, huh?
I still want to know how the buildings got toppled. Is this because of the government's or the government, I should say, because really probably be the federal government to authorize something like that. But is it because of them bombing the cities trying to destroy the
Get
contagion?
moving.
Like a fucked up moon. Is this where they bomb?
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
They hit most of the big cities like this. They had to slow the spread somehow. Worked here, but it didn't in most places.
Looks like they just use plain old conventional bombs, though.
Wanted to see what it was like. Didn't think there was going to be anything in there, and then one just came at me out of nowhere. Thought I got away, but
So it was just you in there alone?
yeah,
How old are you?
14.
Wow. I mean, you got some balls on you, sister.
Thanks.
It's cut from the same cloth as you guys.
Nobody's gonna be coming after you, right? Like mom, dad, boyfriend.
I'm an orphan, and no.
That was an interesting non-committal way of answering that last bit.
Everyone said the open city was
Would
crazy.
a girlfriend be coming after you?
Like swarms of infected running around everywhere.
That's
Not
just to keep
exactly
you guys
like that.
inside.
You know, people like to tell stories.
So there aren't super infected that explode fungus spores on you?
Shit, I hope not.
Or
Okay,
ones
that's
with split
clever.
open heads that stay in the dark like bats?
That one might be true. So I guess in the game there were types of infected that release spores, but I'd heard that the show decided to do away with that for a sensible reason, in my opinion. Because the first thing I heard about when I heard that was how on earth would that stay contained? And I guess that was the showrunners thinking too, is that it kind of stretches credibility a bit that it wouldn't just spread everywhere if it was spreading by spores. But I liked how they just hung a lampshade on that by having her basically like, oh, hey, is that a thing? Oh, piano. Froggy. Play that funky music, Froggy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Seriously, I would be afraid of being anywhere
You
wet
gotta be
if a
kidding me.
fungal thing is
You ever stay in a place like this?
spreading.
No, a little out of our league.
How do you even know what this is?
Have you heard of books? Wait, are we going in there?
Yeah, we gotta get to the stairwell on the other side.
Well, I don't know how to swim.
Seriously?
Do you think we have pools in the QC?
Yeah, I was about to say,
smart
where would
ass.
she have learned?
I mean,
I don't know how I was supposed to know that.
I understand, though. My first time in a pool, I almost drowned because I didn't know that pools didn't have a constant depth.
Oh, check it out.
Sweetie, this is not a field trip.
Yes, sir. I would like your finest sweet, please.
you're a weird kid.
You're a weird kid.
Kids are all weird kids. Nah. I guess you're not too scared of her being infected anymore, huh? I'd be a little worried about you getting infected, Joel. With that open wound on your hand.
Holy shit.
Come on, it wasn't that bad.
You try climbing 10 fucking floors with our knees. See how you feel.
Seriously. I'm at the point now where sitting sometimes hurts my fucking joints. Oh man, that looks like it could fall at any moment and just crush you. Or even worse, pin you.
It's a bit of a mess, so I'm gonna need a few minutes.
Well, it gives you guys some time to bond.
Nice knife.
I'm done to be playing with it that way, though.
Where'd you learn to do that?
The circus.
You two are going to be best friends. I can already tell.
You two, like,
Pass.
how'd you end up in Boston?
Pass. No more questions about me.
How long do infected live?
Oh, I thought you went to school.
It's a really shitty one.
Well, some last about a month or two. But there's others been walking around about 20 years.
How's that
Ever
work?
kill one?
Yeah, I killed lots of them.
How on earth do any of them last for 20 years?
Was it hard?
I mean, it
Like
feeds on
knowing they were
the
people once?
insides of the people, right? I mean, that's not going to last for 20 years.
Sometimes.
What about that guy last night?
But that's a problem. That is fascinating. What just happened? Did you guys see that weird little ripple effect?
More than you know. The fungus also grows underground. Long fibers like wires, some of them stretching over a mile. You step on a patch of cordyceps in one place, and you can wake a dozen infected from somewhere else. Now they know where you are.
Hive
Now they
mind.
come. You're not immune from being ripped apart.
So I edited that part out from the previous reaction for time, but one of the things that I've read about fungi is that a lot of them are believed to have a distributed intelligence.
What do we do then? Short way?
Some might even be bordering on, some level of awareness
Museum.
if they have enough biomass, basically. But I don't think that's been proven. I think that's just sort of like hypothetical at this point. If I have any random mycology experts in watching these videos, sound off in the comments. Let me know.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Stuff is disturbingly beautiful. Just checking to see if it's got any living tissue in
Bone
it.
dry. Could mean they're all finally dead in there.
I can't believe he touched it with his bare hands,
I have
though.
a spare hand.
Congratulations.
Man, you really want a gun, don't you? I'm a little concerned about her. She seems really gung ho to do some violence,
Oh shit. What the fuck did that?
People did that.
Okay, from this point forward, we are silent. Not quiet. Silent.
What?
No questions. Let's do it.
Building like this, though, is so old. There's no silence here. Floorboard is going to creak at some point. I guarantee you that. But case in point. So what are we dealing with here? Are we dealing with other people who are just really fucked up, or are we dealing with some sort of one of these super infected that Ellie was mentioning? It seems he's worried more about making sound than he is about the light that he's generating. So I'm thinking it must be some kind of infected that hunts by sound but can't see. In case anybody's wondering why I'm asking so many questions, I didn't get a chance to play the games. I think all I may have played was possibly a demo level that ended with Sarah dying. So feel free to answer any questions you hear me ask, as long as you can answer those questions without giving me any spoilers. Uh-oh. Here's some guns for you, Ellie. I think they might all be flintlock, but they're still guns. Wow. Well, no way but forward now. Careful, Ellie. Don't knock anything over. So it can't see. So is it using echolocation? Is that what the clicks are? The masterclass in building suspense. And what's it take to bring these things down? Man, I hope you have a speed loader. Oh, some very good sound design. I highly recommend you guys watch this show with headphones. Yeah, fuck. So how do these guys work? Do they also bite you, or they snake tendrils out of themselves to try to get you that way? I was about to say, I hope it's dead because you're out of ammo. So that growth on the front is almost a bit like armor then. I guess it's protecting what's left of the brain. Because I assume that the infection has to preserve at least some part of the brain in order to animate the people.
You're right.
Twisted ankle. Yeah.
Tess, is it really a twisted ankle?
You alright?
Well, I didn't shit my pants, so.
Get injured again.
Kidding me?
Well, if it's going to happen to anybody, it's best for it to happen to you.
Happen to one of us.
Yeah, seriously. Since you can't get it, apparently.
Hey, let's get the fuck out of here.
But Tess, you're not doing the classic zombie movie trope of being someone who got bit and is refusing to let the group know, are you?
Put this around your arm.
Thanks. Over there?
Yeah, I know, it looks scary.
That was scary. This is wood.
Yeah, but wood can break.
Just wait there.
Also, I'm
Give us
scared
a
of
minute.
heights, so.
I got it.
What about the kid? Maybe the first bite didn't take. But what about the second?
Why don't you just take the good news? Can you do that? Like to think for once maybe we could actually win?
No. Okay, it's interesting. So she hasn't fully given up, and he has. Nah, that looks so rickety.
Is it everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, you can't deny that view.
Something that people take for granted right now, that's for sure. Tess, you gonna be able to make it? Nice touch. Been a while since he's been responsible for a young lady. Making him think of his daughter. But I know eventually we're going to be introduced to the human enemies in this post-apocalyptic world, because it's always, these types of stories always revolve around the idea that the most dangerous thing in a world in which civilization has collapsed are we, the people who take advantage or who lose all of their humanity struggling to survive. Oh my god, please tell me this isn't a truck full of people.
Joe? What the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
Slavers? They didn't mention that in the first episode for nothing, you know?
Tess.
Come on.
Tess!
Maybe don't make so much noise, though. Seems like Tess kind of has an idea what's going on here and is, Oh, wait, is this where they were supposed to be taking her?
Pay attention.
But everybody was killed?
Okay.
I figured they were supposed to be taking her further away than this.
Where did Marlene say that she was taking you? Ellie!
I don't know, just west.
Just what? Fuck. Okay, well, I mean, one of them's got to have a map on them, right?
One of them might still technically be alive.
Tess,
This is dangerous.
it's over. We are going home.
This is not my fucking home!
She still remembers the before time. She wants things to go back. I can't blame her.
I'm staying. I mean, our luck had to run out sooner or later.
Fuck. She's infected.
So the ankle was a bite. Oh, it wasn't her ankle. Oh man, she's gonna turn quick. I remember the sign.
Joel, this is real. Joel, she's fucking real. I need you to get her to Bill and Frank's.
No.
They'll take her off your hands. They'll handle it from here.
No, I can't. They won't take her. They're not going to take
They
her.
will, because you'll convince them. Yes, you will. I never ask you for anything, not to feel the way I felt, not to... You shut the fuck up, because I don't have time. This is your chance. You get her there. You keep her alive. And you set everything right.
Yeah.
All the shit we did.
Deep down inside, she's a good person.
Please.
Because even knowing that she's gonna die, all she can think about is protecting the futures, is helping the world get back to what it was. Oh shit, the tendrils. So now the cordyceps knows where you are. Can you barricade that? See if you can make it to the dome. Oh, yeah. No, this makes sense. Man. You're a hell of a woman, Tess. Didn't get a lot of time with you, but impressed. It's a shame to see you go.
No! We're not leaving her!
You have to leave her. Come on now. Do you have enough time to be able to do things under your own volition? Will it try to stop you? Oh, for fuck's sakes, come on. They're basically ignoring her because the infection knows that she's been infected. It's already starting to take control of her body, I think. Oh. Come on now. Come on, please. There we go. Glad she got to go under her own terms instead of losing herself to it. Yeah, it's a good soundtrack too. I think I saw someone say that the soundtrack is basically directly from the games because it's the guy that composed the music for the games. Well, it just goes to show that the main ingredient to getting me with the feels is for me not to definitively know it's coming. Also, I guess getting a little more time to know the character inside and out, or to feel like you know the character a bit more. helps. And who isn't a sucker for a noble sacrifice, right? I put my glasses back on because I literally can't even see my freaking camera without them. So, another great episode. I mean, what can I say about it that, isn't obvious? All the acting was fantastic. Directing was great. I didn't get that feeling of any scenes being left in that didn't need to be there, or scenes or feeling like scenes have been cut. And no, stop it. I don't watch the previews and stuff because I don't want anything given away. Even because I already can tell that this appears to be what Nick Offerman's character, who I don't know anything about. I think his name is Bill, though. That's literally all I know. But yeah, really good episode. We got proof positive that Ellie is immune to the infection. Which again doesn't mean that you're not infected. It just means your body basically won't let it progress. So it's functionally like not being infected. But I'm not sure how I don't know if fungi will stay in your system the way viruses do. So maybe it does. Like maybe if you're immune, you will fight it off completely and then eradicate it. So maybe you aren't infected anymore. I think you are technically infected with a virus forever, kind of once you get it, because it like kind of embeds itself into the nervous tissue. But again, standard disclaimer, not a biologist, so I'm just a guy who reads a lot, and sometimes I remember some of the things that I read, that's all. But yeah, I am very interested to find out what happens from here. Like, how are they going to make it? Because they have to figure out where exactly she needs to go. Like, where was this detachment of fireflies going to be taking her? They don't know that yet. But they can't go back to the quarantine zone to try and hook back up with Marlene and find out. So they kind of just have to. Oh, pardon. It's not even that late. I'm already yawning. But they're kind of going to have to basically just sort of, I guess, look for maybe a safe house or something. Maybe that's where this Bill character comes in. Maybe he's a firefly who lives out in the wild, or maybe he's just somebody Joel and Tess knew, who is someone who is privy to a lot of information. I don't know what his role is going to be, but somehow they are going to have to find out that information to figure out where exactly Ellie needs to go. And again, in the first episode, we had the radio operator. He didn't mention the things he mentioned for nothing. The fact that there are, these roving gangs out here, slavers out here, and all these sorts of things. I'm assuming, that all of that was there to plant the seeds in our minds so that we know on some level to expect them, so we're not surprised when they show up. And it'll just be how are Joel and Ellie going to get out of that. But yeah, so we've got that little bit of, we've had a couple of gut punches already from the show, but at this point I feel like we're going to enter a phase of building the bond between Joel and Ellie, to the point where she is like a daughter to him, so that the writing can really, just wait until we're nice and feeling fuzzy and warm and kind of like Din Grogu vibes, and then take that knife out and just be like, Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this episode. What was your favorite part? Did you really like seeing the Indonesia part as much as I did? Because I really thought that was also a highlight. These cold opens have been great so far. And like I said before, if you heard me ask any questions throughout this episode or even the previous episode, and you can answer them without spoilers, please do. I'm really enjoying this so far. I hope you guys are enjoying my reactions to it. And if you are, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe, and all that stuff. And talk to me in the comments, because I really do enjoy talking to you guys. And maybe consider also supporting the channel on Patreon. It's not necessary if you don't feel like it or if you can't, but anything helps, even like $1. So Link is in the description, and will also show up at the end after the parting gag. Even though I'm not really sure what I'm going to do for a party gag on this one. There was so much depressing stuff in it, but I'll think of something funny, I'm sure. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Do me a favor as always, and do your best to stay safe and be well. And I will see you for the next one, hopefully. Don't get bit. Bye-bye.
You drive down these historical streets and so many houses are renovating.
The opportunity for a restoration team like us is incredible.
The goal in this was to bring a more modern textile and size to this historic space.
Those evil squirrels in movies will jump out at me.